Any one of those you want to discuss? Yes, Smile? E. It is important to think about what the numbers are saying. Good. Okay, can anybody tell me what do you think that means? Okay, what it means is that statistics is different from mathematics. Okay, if you get a whole lot of numbers and you don't know what they're anything to do with, and I hope you've realised that never have I given you a set of numbers in this entire course that had no meaning. Every set of numbers that you have been given has had some meaning. A lot of stats courses or stats textbooks give you some, say, like 5 numbers and say, find the mean of this number, which to me is totally pointless because it doesn't say anything. Every number that you get in statistics in terms of the raw data is actually telling you something, and it's important to think about it. So if you do some analysis and you find that the mean weight of babies is 53 kilograms, and you go, hang on a minute, that's a very large number for a baby, that means you're actually thinking about what the numbers mean. But if you just write down 52 kilograms without thinking, very large baby, you're not actually thinking about what they mean. You also need to think about, an example was when we talked about the texting one, when you had the difference between the numbers of texts that boys sent and girls sent, and it was only one different. Now, if you don't think about what it means, you just say, oh, there is a difference, or something like that, if it had been significant. But when you stop and think about it, the difference between 39 and 40 is trivial. So you think you would say something different. But in another instance, the difference between 39 and 40, say for instance if we're talking about body temperature, that could be quite important. And so the number means a different thing depending on what the story is about. And that is the enormous divide between statistics and mathematics, is that in statistics you have to think about what the numbers mean. Even an outlier, like a number that just seems to make no sense at all, you have to think about why is it making no sense? What has happened for it to happen? And it's not about the maths, it's about the things that the numbers are saying. And make sure that you don't say dumb things, basically. If it doesn't make sense, there's a fairly good chance it's wrong. In fact, I had this quote I used to use in my second year paper, which I can't remember off by heart, but basically saying that statistics is not a sausage machine that you stick the data into and out comes an answer, because you have to think about it. And if you get a result that doesn't seem to make sense, doesn't show up in a graph, and doesn't sort of tie with what else has happened in the past, it's probably wrong. You've either done the wrong test, or you've missed some data, or you've multiplied by 10 or something like that. So when you get an answer that seems wrong, it will be wrong, pretty much. Occasionally you'll get something that's counterintuitive, that's a big surprise, but not very often.